I'm here in the Taipei International Airport, and I've just finished 5 days touring Taipei, revisiting Taipei, and I wanted to take you along with me so you could see this amazing city that I used to live in 30 years ago. I lived here from 94 to 2001, and this city has a piece of my soul. This Taiwan is just in my being. I love this place, so I'm really excited to share it with you. Probably going to take me a while to edit all these clips though, because I was so excited to be home and see all the people and tour around. So here we go. I've actually been back here a couple of times since I left in 2002. But I met up with a friend who hasn't been back here in 30 years. She rented a van and we toured around a lot of our old stomping grounds. It was pretty spectacular. And she, we revisited a lot of our old haunts. Together, the two of us worked for one of the largest educational organizations on the island. I think it is the largest. And so we developed a curriculum and training program that they are still using today, 30 years later. So it was very nostalgic for us to go back and visit. We got to see some of the old coworkers that are still working there. And our boss, who owns the company, came to meet up with us. It was really something. So very fun to travel here together with a friend for a couple of days, because usually I just come by my own and jaunt around seeing my friends. So just excited to show you the sights and scenes of Taipei, but I wish that you could smell the food, because this has amazing food too. Taiwan, don't tell Wuhan, but I think Taipei has better food than Wuhan for sure. I'm standing here outside the National Palace Museum in Taiwan, which is the same name as the National Palace Museum in Beijing. And how did it get that name? Well, this place is so special. Let me flip my camera. This holds 700,000 artifacts from the Forbidden City. And when the Japanese were starting to take over China in, I think, the 1920s, the Chinese government, actually the ROC, the Republic of China, went to the Forbidden City and started boxing up all their ancient treasures so they wouldn't get destroyed, and they started shipping them around the country. And then eventually in the 1940s, when Chiang Kai-shek and the Republic of China left China, they shipped all these artifacts here. So this museum holds over 700,000 artifacts from Beijing and from the Forbidden City. And it's a really special place. So this museum can only hold 1% of these 700,000 artifacts. So they rotate the exhibitions every 3 months, I believe. But it's a really special place. Look at how it's set right here in the mountains. I'll turn it around. In beautiful Taiwan, which is also called Formosa. So I am excited to be here. I haven't been back to the National Palace Museum since, I think, 1999. So I'm meeting my friends here. We're gonna tool around a little bit and then go head out for some beef noodle lunch. But it's a gorgeous day here in Taiwan. Oh my gosh, such a pretty day. So I'm excited to show you around this special place a little bit. We'll probably be here for like an hour. This is a famous ball inside of a ball inside of a ball that was carved. Let's see if I can find it. I found it, the famous carved ball inside of a ball inside of a ball inside of a ball, where they, like, how did they do it? It's so amazing, this piece. This olive pit carving. So this is a boat, and it's got 8 people carved into this olive pit. It looks huge here, but it is very tiny. And the person who carved it carved 8 people inside, and there are 300 characters carved in there. Let's see. Wow. So these are furniture pieces from the Qing Dynasty, which was 1700s. But can you imagine they boxed up all this stuff and shipped it around China to protect it from the Japanese, and then later shipped it to Taiwan. Like, to me, that's pretty amazing dedication to culture. These are artifacts from the Tang Dynasty, which was in the 8th century, so 800. This one's dated 905. Such old pieces. These pottery pieces date back to the Han Dynasty, which is 200 BC. So can you imagine packing this pottery and keeping it safe while they shipped it around the country? And now here it is intact and shipping it across the ocean to Taiwan. I mean, this is amazing. This museum is so big, you really need half a day here. But we only had an hour, so we're gonna head out. I got to see the tiny olive pit, so I'm happy about that. This Taiwan traffic. This is what I thought Wuhan was gonna be amazing. I know I'm a snob with beef noodles. Let's see, I'll taste the beef. The broth is amazing. Right on. We had a delicious beef noodle lunch, and now we're walking in this old park in Taiwan where we used to live. Both me and my friend lived here. Look at how lovely it is. This beautiful pagoda in back of me, and just lovely, lovely, lovely. This is where we used to live. Taiwan is such a beautiful, beautiful island. Oh my gosh, this view from up here is spectacular.
You see Taipei 101.
There's Taipei 101.
My house is right where that white house is in the middle of all of that green. Okay. That's right across the street from my house, which is right behind this little lump of green.
Oh, look at
Actually,
this.
you see that
There's more temples down there.
So that's the new China Trust headquarters.
That,
That's next to the Nangang Software Park. That's where I used to work, even though I wasn't in software.
look at this. You can really see how Taipei is in the valley.
Oh yeah.
You know, like it's so apparent from this vantage point. We're starting our day at the Longshan Temple, which is one of the oldest temples in Taiwan and originally settled here. It was built by settlers from the mainland China in the 1700s. So it's a big tourist spot now and also a center of worship. So first you pull a stick and then you have to throw these red things, and it has to be one down and one up, and that will verify your number, the number on the stick. And then you go over here to pull a fortune based on your number. I'm not going to do it, but Dexter did it. Okay, we're on our way to the famous Din Tai Fung. Woo! Does it look similar, or do you think it's changed a lot?
I think it looks very similar.
Yeah, me too. But there's some things that have
And I took
changed.
the MRT, which I had never seen before because it was done in the last 25 years.
Yeah, but the MRT is amazing,
It's
right?
straight up like really good subway.
Yeah, we're at Din Tai Fung. And Dexter remembers eating here 30 years ago before it got really famous. I probably ate here, but I don't remember it. But now we've been in line for like an hour, so we're gonna head in here. There they are, making our food. Din Tai Fung. Vegetarian. This is sweet potato leaves. Dig in, Dex. Let me video. I'll take a video of her.
Yeah, there we go. It's my favorite vegetable for whole.
Kong Chin Cai and sweet potato leaves. Yum. Taipei 101, you can see off in the distance. The tallest building in Taiwan, and we might not go there, and it was not here when we lived here. All right, let's flip it around. Because This is where I work, but it's backwards. Hess Young Scholars English Center and Preschool. There it is. There's Hess. We love it. We used to work at, and there's Henry Hippo that we wrote curriculum, and my friend Dexter came up with this character 30 years ago. Dexter, go over by Henry Hippo. There's Henry Hippo. Dexter's getting all excited because she was the one that came up with this Henry Hippo, and they're still using it 30 years later. Walking off a big dinner of Chinese food in the Shilin Night Market, one of the most famous night markets in Taipei. My friends just left. They bought shoes and a backpack, and now I'm walking around and exploring all these sights and sounds and feeling super nostalgic about the time I spent here 30 years ago. Feels like this place behind me is packed with people eating the famous stinky tofu. I wish you could smell it. It doesn't smell very pleasant, but they say it's delicious. I'm not gonna try it though. Feels like home, feels like yesterday. I'm all sweaty because it's pretty hot out today, but I wanted to come and just walk around Ximending, which is kind of the heart of old Taipei, but now it's a trendy area of town. People like to stay in. Here's like a cute little shop, but you can see just here there's a lot of places to eat. I'm just gonna walk around a little bit. I just wanted to see it, and then I want to head back to my hotel and hop in the pool. Walk down this street a little bit. Honestly, this is what I thought China was going to be like, and I was so wrong. Look at how everything's in English now. English, English, English everywhere. Definitely wasn't like this 30 years ago. Here's the heart of Ximending. This looks like a good place to get a snack before I go dip in the pool. Definitely more trendy, more touristy here now. Check this out. I'm going to the Taipei Grand Hotel swimming pool right now. Somehow I got a small room at the Grand Hotel for $90 US a night. So I decided to stay here. This is actually where I stayed for my honeymoon. I think we had a suite or something. But I'm reclaiming the hotel for my singleness, and now I'm going to take a dip in the pool. It's my last day. The Grand Hotel, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Standing here in Taipei, the Tianmu district, which is north, close to the mountains, on the corner of Tianmu North Road and Tianmu West Road, at this restaurant, which I believe have the best beef noodles in the city. It's called, this is backwards from your side, let me flip my phone around, Songjiang Pie and Porridge. They're just going to open at 5 o'clock, so I'm waiting to be first in line, and I'm going to meet my friend here to get the best beef noodles in the city. We just had beef noodles for lunch and they were good, but they don't compare to these. I can't wait to eat. You can see them getting ready and making the dumplings. They have such awesome vegetarian dumplings. I cannot wait to eat them. And the best beef noodles, hand-pulled, thick-cut noodles. It's going to be the best dinner. I'm so excited. Otherwise, they would be back. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Mantou. All right, look at these dumplings. They are like getting made now. We are so ordering these vegetarian, like they're called boxes, I guess, vegetarian. Here we go. Digging in. All right, look at all those onions in there. Delicious. Oh, 谢谢, 谢谢. These are the best beef noodles in Taipei, in my opinion. Let me get some clean chopsticks and I'll pull out these hand-cut noodles. Look at how
You don't even
big
have to
they
cut it.
are. Look at how beautiful these things are. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Finish it. Oh, this is the
Yep.
try a piece of meat.
I just did. The
So
meat
tender.
is so tender. Right on. Okay, that's good. It's my last full day in Taiwan, and I wanted to come over to the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Park because I haven't been here since probably before 1999. I can't remember. It's definitely well over 25 years. So this is a park that I used to walk around. I would teach and during the day and then come and jog and take walks around this park in the evening, and it's just so peaceful and serene. And so I thought I'd walk around and tell you a little bit about Taiwan in case you don't know the history. So Taiwan is actually the Republic of China. And the Republic of China actually started through a revolution in China back in 1911. And there was this, Japan was taking over, and then there was a lot of, upheaval in China. And so the ROC was kind of the party that, I better stop here. It was like a new party that came in, and they actually considered themselves the real China. And so when Japan was taking over, like the ROC, the Republic of China, went and started to the Forbidden City and started boxing up all of the ancient treasures so that Japan wouldn't get them. And then they started shipping them around China. And then finally, because the revolutions kept going and going, in 1949, Chiang Kai-shek led the ROC over to Taiwan. The U.S. helped them. There was a lot more involved than what I'm sharing. But basically, then they came to Taiwan and settled the Republic of China here. And so in Taiwan, still to this day, is not its own country. So that's why China believes, the People's Republic of China believe that Taiwan belongs to them. But the Republic of China, the people here believe that they're the real China. And so, let me flip my camera around and you can see this beautiful structure. It's just gorgeous. Look at that. Unbelievable. So now here, Taiwan sits, a bastion of capitalism. A lot of the Chinese relics here sitting in the National Palace Museum, which is kind of an extension of the Forbidden City, basically. And thriving. It's like this thriving country that's not even its own country. So I'm sure many of you watching this know the politics and the history in more detail, but if those of you don't, that's what Taiwan is, just in a nutshell. And so here, Japan had settled on this island. They had control of the island before, also the Portuguese and the Dutch. And so there's all these different influences here in Taiwan. Oh, there's a cool bird. I think there's an eagle. Let me show you. Cool. Oh my gosh, in the park. I was actually here in 1996 when Taiwan had its first democratic elections. So you think about centuries and centuries of dynasty rule, and so they were just handing down dynasty after dynasty. And the Republic of China and all that, all this revolution came as they overthrew the last dynasty, the Qing dynasty. And so in the history of Chinese government, they never had democratic elections until the Republic of China in 1996 held its first democratic elections here in Taiwan. And so I was here. It was really something to witness. People just were so alive and excited about it. And also just watching people in the streets and celebrating this. And, there's some protests and, flag burning of Chinese flags and things like that, because remember, the Republic of China believes they're the real China. And so they were kind of making their stand against communism. So that was really something to watch and be a part of. Taiwan is a very progressive country. And so I think a few years ago, they were the first Asian country to allow gay marriage, for example. Their women's rights here are just incredible. And so the women are, they're very progressive. This is a very progressive country. And so it's really fun to see how things have changed and grown, especially with this introduction of the high-speed rail and the MRT. It's just, I noticed the traffic here is a lot more organized than it was when I lived here. Things are more orderly, but the culture is still intact. The Chinese culture is still intact. It's still preserved. People are very proud of their Republic of China culture, right? So it's really great to be home. I'm so happy and thrilled to be here. This monument they put here in the 1970s to mark the passing of Chiang Kai-shek. And I just walked up the 89 steps to get up to the hall because he passed at 89. So whoa, look at how pretty the gardens are from up here. Oh my gosh. Oops. Here we are in the Great Hall, checking out this huge statue of Chiang Kai-shek. But if you read the history, you will know that he actually was not doing very well emotionally at the time that they led the ROC over. And his wife was the one with all the diplomatic connections, so it was actually her that was hosting all of the diplomatic meetings and paving the way for the ROC to get over here. Super interesting. Of course, he gets the credit, but she did the work. So these structures are not super ancient. They're like a half a century old. Friends don't tell friends that the 70s were 50 years ago, but they are a half a century old. But they represent, big change for a lot of ancient Chinese history. And just the story of Chiang Kai-shek's wife and the fact that she was the one that had all the diplomatic relations, that's what's powerful to me. You just got to dig in and be the light, do what we need to do, and get the work done, right? And look at this. This little island is thriving and really, really smart. Smart people. I'm always so impressed when a lot of them speak 3 or 4 languages. They speak Mandarin, English, Taiwanese, and some of them Japanese. It's just so impressive, and the friends that I have here are just top-notch, so kind, so loyal. Love this country. Oh, should I move back? I just love it. I'm so glad to be home. I'm definitely having a moment here at the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial. I'm sitting, I kind of forgot about these little ponds that they have here. It's so serene and peaceful and such a nice place to sit and reflect. This park is free and open to the public. So today's a really hot day, but a lot of times you'll see people exercising here, and I can remember just coming over here and just sitting and reflecting. I was 28 years old. I remember turning 30 in Taiwan and just feeling so incredibly thankful for my life and where I had come from, even though some things were hard. And so here I sit again, feeling thankful. Been through a lot of stuff, especially in the city. I got married here, I had a baby here, moved back to the US. I've been back here to Taiwan a couple of times, but just haven't been back to this spot. So it's really a nice memory. Lots of things to be thankful for and things to, I'm just so much stronger now, and so is the country. There's just something about this country that, it's got a soul that just sticks with you. It's really something. I just spent the past 4 days and reconnected with about 20 friends here in Taiwan. And these friendships are so special and deep, and it's not something I can describe except for to say that there's something so uniquely powerful about having these lifelong friendships. So I've got friendships that have lasted through 3 decades, people that we worked closely together, and we just know each other so well, but we come from different parts of the world, and yet we can connect on this soul level. To me, is so powerful. At least 3 of us got ourselves into abusive marriages and got ourselves out of abusive marriages. 2 of us raised kids on our own in that situation, and then a lot of these other women that I connected with are just amazing powerhouse women that have done some life-changing, world-changing projects over the past years. Very special people, and now I'm headed back to Wuhan, where I've started to build my life. And it's really important to stay in the here and the now. And so that is what I'm going to do, stay in the here and the now. I get to go back to teaching tomorrow. I'm so excited. I have about 275 students this semester. And so looking forward to sharing more of my adventures in Wuhan with you. So thanks for touring my home with me, and I will see you in the next video.